Oh, you've thrown it off, because
I've thrown it off because I was just watching that stuff. On Tuesday, I was watching Nini. I was just watching the elections the whole day from morning. When I woke up, I turned on the TV, put on YouTube, put on Citizen Live, went through. Then Wednesday, nika switch kidogo, but between KTN and Nini. But yesterday, I was trying to listen to music, and I was like, wait.
Where's my stuff?
Yeah, so Asheke hapa anasema one of the strategists claimed 2 of their people had been kidnapped only to be refused by his compatriot, and I think that's Dennis Itumbi.
Yes.
Where he tweeted that I think some people had been kidnapped.
It was him. It was him.
Dennis Itumbi.
It was him.
But actually, the guys had an accident and they lost their phones.
If you use tools like Power BI or Tableau, or these are tools that can pick data from a picture. These are tools.
They have tools. They have
data
tools
entry has improved so much these days to a point whereby you don't even have to do all this. All you do is teach somebody how to use a tool.
Yeah.
And you teach them where to look for the data, what parameters to look for.
Yeah.
And they can fly through those 46,000 PDFs in like an hour.
Yeah.
And they pick up the data, and then that thing itself does the math for you. Like literally, unachukua fala ajui hesabu, bora tu unajua kufollow information, point and click, na umemfundisha kufanya vitu, umemfundisha unataka result fulani kuja hivi.
But now you see this data,
and they can do that.
This data is in human handwriting. It's not something that can necessarily be read by a machine. It's in and there are some machines that can read it, but I think what they were actually doing was their data people were actually looking at, their data team was actually looking at the PDF. And they're looking at the PDF and then entering it into a spreadsheet or whatever system they were using. So that's what made it a long process. And I think the problem, I think what the media was doing, this is my own speculation, they had the data, but they were choosing what to feed into what's being shown as a percentage. Wakiona za huyu imezidi, they take this set of data that's favorable to the other person to balance it out so that you can keep both sides engaged. Because you see, and that's the reason why the tallies were very different. I can understand, different tallies. If it was just a simple fast in, fast out method of data entry, meaning whatever you receive first is what you put out, there would not be that much variation between what the different media stations were providing.
True, or maybe also it might be just the size of the team and the speed of the team.
Yes.
They're slow at typing, they're slow at doing whatever they're doing, and that is why, because I remember when we started, Citizen were way ahead, right?
Yeah, then they slowed down.
Then all of a sudden, Nation came and boom, Nation went ahead. Then kidogo KTN wakakuja juu, and then today KBC pulled.
I've not even watched KBC.
KBC walimwaga mbele yako.
Walisemaje?
So KBC walitweet results.
The final results.
But again,
very close to final.
But again,
very close to final.
They are provisional.
They're provisional, yeah.
So until IBC says something.
Yeah. And what did those results say?
They were not very friendly to Udaku people. And the way Udaku people were making noise, the whole... basically, propaganda was rife today from UDA people, right? Because there was a clip that showed a Jubilee... was a Jubilee politician complaining that alifail kwa sababu aliconvince kwenda Jubilee. Right? So they were saying this is something...
That was Kioni, I think.
Yeah, we put this on ourselves. And so they were using that and they were milking it and they were milking it and they were milking it, right? So they were twisting words and blah, blah, blah.
But to be fair, propaganda came from both sides.
Yeah, today, Nini Azimio didn't have propaganda.
Yeah, Leo was
they didn't have propaganda. Yeah. They, because when they stopped counting, Uda were in front.
Yeah.
UDA were in front, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So when that story of Sijui Nini litokea, something has happened at Bomas ikatokea, so they were like, okay, kama mnaamini mmeshinda, mbona mna wasiwasi? Government yenyewe mnaamini sijui nini, nimeweza propaganda, mnapiga kelele nini.
Yeah.
So it gave the UDA chaps a lot of noise. Now that tweet from KBC
and I'm sure kuna screenshots going around.
Mingi hata naweza kupatia sasa hivi uone.
Hiyo mimi nilimiss. I did not get that.
Ali has been in a hole. Kwanza leo ndio Ali ameingia.
Enda to Twitter utype KBC. Anybody who's listening, just go to Twitter and type KBC.
Me at some point
type KBC and then look at it. So the thing was that they typed that, and then immediately before that came through, somebody had put the remaining tallying centers that the votes were remaining.
Yeah,
were supposed to come through. So they were all majority were Azimio.
Okay,
and then the numbers Azimio were high. So
me at a certain point, that soundtrack Ilya Citizen it started playing in my mind. That soundtrack that they keep playing when they are showing so and so has won governor this county. So and so has won MP this constituency. At some point, mpaka nilikuwa nalala, alafu naamka asubuhi nasikia tu hiyo soundtrack inacheza kichwani.
Mpaka nini yangu imeharibika, algorithm yangu ya YouTube.
Oh, you've thrown it off, because
I've thrown it off because I was just watching that stuff. On Tuesday, I was watching Nini. I was just watching the elections the whole day. From morning when I woke up, I turned on the TV, put on YouTube, put on Citizen Live, went through. Then Wednesday nika switch kidogo, but between KT and Nini. But yesterday I was trying to listen to music and I was like, wait.
Where's my stuff?
Yeah, so Asheke hapa anasema one of the strategists claimed 2 of their people had been kidnapped only to be refused by his compatriot, and I think that's Dennis Itumbi.
Yes.
Where he tweeted that I think some people had been kidnapped.
No, it was him. It was him.
Dennis Itumbi.
It was him.
But actually, the guys had an accident and they lost their phones. That's what they said at now when they were at Bomas. But tell us your story.
Not my story. Itumbi tweeted. There are journalists in Bomas.
Yes.
A journalist took a picture of them and uploaded it on Twitter.
Yes.
That's right. The 3 are there. Yes.
Immediately.
Yeah, and I think it's a KTN SWA journalist, Alimanzu.
Yeah.
Alimanzu is the one who took a picture of them. They were in Bomas and posted it.
So they had
on Twitter.
So apparently because of that and because of what Itumbi was doing, Itumbi got into a little bit of trouble. Baka he was shown out. He was shown his way out. Yeah, and he was not shown in a good way. He was shown in he was in chains when he was being taken out, right? He was being taken out, and those are the things whereby, again, it's okay to do propaganda, but watch your propaganda, because yesterday Tumbi was tweeting very dangerous things.
He was tweeting very crazy things. I mean, the Azimio, bloggers were also busy, but man, Itumbi was on another level altogether. Almost.
But don't you guys think that in the case of Itumbi, this is something he has done since day one? It's not like he started yesterday, but everything starts from the top. So if the person at the top has no problem with you doing it, or that there's going to be no repercussions, you're going to keep going until you were blocked. Like the same thing that happened when he was at State House.
Yeah.
He kept going until that whole team was broken up, and then they were picked up by
Hasla.
They were picked up in Karen. And his whole guys just shifted, they moved from State House to Karen, and they kept going at it. So that person at the top has to take responsibility and stop these guys, because it reflects on him. And I get it with the blogging, but at some point, I'm like, why? It's lies. It's freaking lies.
But you see what people also don't realize? These bloggers realize that these lies are bringing in a lot of traffic to their pages.
But it's income.
So it's really and it's income. It's traffic
income.
Is equal to income.
Traffic is equal to income.
Yeah. So that's part of why they're doing it. So there's a use that politicians have for them. But to me, like when everything has been counted, I don't know to what point this does, because no one else is voting after this. But I think it's also, both sides are also being cautious and creating a narrative that people are gonna believe in case they want to dispute elections.
Court of public opinion.
The whole thing is it's all in a matter of, because usually after elections and you decide to go to court, you have 7 days, right?
Yes.
Yeah, for the case kuisha, isikizwe na iche. And the court can decide to throw away a petition if they feel it's not enough. It's not.
Yes.
It's not strong
Yeah,
enough.
kama ijatosha mboga watainuia.
Yeah, wataitupa, right? So, unfortunately, IEBC have really tied a lot of loopholes. Yes, kuna loopholes zote zapata za kwenda kufanya election petition and all.
Yeah.
Now, what do you do now? If people demonstrate, no apige kelele, the court will have to listen to the case.
Correct.
Yeah, because the court is also, they pretend that they don't care about public opinion, but that's something they definitely factor in.
Court of public opinion.
Yeah, they'll have to listen to the case. Because they know if it goes to the court, if they listen to the case, they are forced the party to tell their people to shut up and wait for the court results.
Yeah.
Right? So that if you continue going out on the streets while they're in court, then definitely some people are going to get in trouble. And most parties will have to calm down and let the whole court process to go through.